Hi, Desert Hot Springs. This is Scott Mattis, the mayor, coming to you with a new update on the coronavirus. Today is March 17, 2020. This is the current and most accurate factual information that we can get you as of today. I'm here with the Assistant City Manager and our Public Information Officer, Doria Whelm, so she'll be giving some information on what the city's doing and where we're moving and how we're moving forward on that. But first, to start off with, as of today, there's been 15 cases in the Coachella Valley. Why this is important to know is because we seem to be kind of the epicenter of Riverside County where these cases are happening. Now, we don't want to cause panic or anything, but we want you to be cautious and know why we're doing the things that we're doing today. There has been, as of 2 o'clock this afternoon, 3 deaths with this coronavirus. So again, it brings alert to city governments and what the next steps that have to be taken by us to be able to get you the needs that you'll need in the future. The Riverside County Public Health Officer issued an order for gatherings, and we'll explain more what that means in a minute, and Dory will get into that for you. Local state of emergency for public health reasons has been declared by our city manager here in Desert Hot Springs. This will be pending a ratification by the City Council. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 18th at 11 a.m., the City Council will have a teleconferencing meeting to declare that state of emergency and ratify it for the city manager. Now, the reason this is happening is not to cause panic, but the reason this is happening is for federal aid and other possibilities that will come from the federal and state governments in the future, depending on how long this lasts. We need to protect our small businesses, we need to protect our families, and with that, declaring this state of emergency will open up those doors for us to be able to do that in the future if needed, to be able to help those businesses. Our senior center has been closed. It's been recommended by the healthcare professionals that we do close this business, and we are contracted with Mizell Senior Center in Palm Springs, and they have now agreed with us to close our senior center. What does this mean for meals? Meals on Wheels will continue to deliver to the home if you're on their program, and then meal pickup will actually continue at our senior center. If you are a senior and you do eat lunch there, please contact the senior center by phone, and they'll actually be able to give you directions on how to pick up those meals. Our parks, all the field lighting will be turned off in our parks, so no large gatherings will happen. As Doria will explain in a bit, it's gone from 250 people down to 50 people to actually 10 people in a gathering. So this makes us more responsible as a city to be able to make sure that you're safe and that our seniors are safe in our community. So with that said, park lighting will be shut off, so no gatherings will happen in the parks in the evenings. Our rec center will stay open as it falls under child care per the order, and that means any of your children that are attending our rec center here at Desert Hot Springs will continue to have those services met, and they'll be doing safe distancing and small groups of kids in certain areas, and you can talk to the director over there if you need to about how that will happen to make sure that your child is safe. Schools, as has been announced today, also will be closed until April 30th. Of this year for so far, and you can see school websites and media outlets to find out where the meal pickups will be. They're still doing bus stops and school pickups for meals for kids, I believe breakfast and lunch, and you can check their websites for those. Our public safety is still responding fully. We're fully staffed and will fully continue to respond as needed to calls. The only difference in our public safety response will be our police department. If it's a report that can be taken over the phone and no contact made, they will determine that. The watch commander and or commanders will be determining that. And again, they'll be calling you directly if no need to come to you and get evidence or whatever else would be needed. But our police department and fire department wanted to make it very clear that they're still responding to all emergency calls. And there's no planned council meetings for now. We had canceled this week's council meeting, and we're looking at future up till the end of April having no council meetings unless it's necessary. If it's necessary, the governor has taken the restrictions of the Brown Act and loosened those so that we can do teleconferencing and other ways to make it safe for public, meaning less than 10 people in the room. We would have people wait outside if they need to make public comment and come in and make public comments one by one. There's all kinds of different things that can happen to make this safe for everybody. And so moving forward, our council meetings will announce if there's a necessity for a council meeting to happen. We'll announce when and where and how it will happen, and you'll get plenty of notice as necessary. Tomorrow's council meeting, again, is teleconferencing, and it is an emergency meeting. Notices are going out tonight for that meeting tomorrow. With that said, I'm going to give it over to Doria to talk about the Riverside County Public Health Officers issued order for gathering and what that means for the city of Desert Hot Springs.
Hello, everybody. So last time we spoke, we were talking and giving updates about a previous order that was mandated by the Riverside County Public Health Officer, an official. Last night, the Public Health Officer did put forth a new order with respect to gatherings. This one much more stringent. At this point, all gatherings within the jurisdiction of Riverside County with an expected presence of at least 10 individuals taking place between now and April 30th is prohibited, regardless of the venue. So what that basically means is any gathering, whether that be within a business that's not part of the excluded business in this order, within a public place or private place, is completely prohibited. And the goal of this, again, is not to create panic. It really is to reference back to what we said in our last update, to try to flatten the curve on the healthcare industry. We don't want to see an influx of cases that's flooding the healthcare industry all at once. And so they're trying to promote social distancing and ensure people are taking those precautions so that we can try to stretch out the contamination of this virus over time. With that said, we do have staff making their way through the community now to both local businesses and restaurants to let them know of some of the ramifications that these gathering restrictions will have on them. So with respect to general businesses that are not part of the exclusion list, and I'll kind of briefly go over some of those that are excluded from this, courts of law, medical providers, public utilities, critical county, city, and special district operations, critical school operations such as nutritional programs, logistics and distribution centers, congregate living settings, daycares and childcare, shelters, public transportation, airport travel, and necessary shopping at fuel stations, stores, or malls. So those are excluded from this gathering. Obviously, we need to allow governmental operations, stores to keep functioning so the community can get their needs met. Outside of that, all other businesses do need to adhere to that. So there will be gathering restrictions that are literally, as we're providing this update, going out to businesses right now. We have staff meeting with them face to face and showing up at these businesses. But I do want to really go into detail about what these gathering restrictions will mean with respect to restaurants. And so from the city's perspective, we've broken this out into two categories. So fast food and drive-through restaurants are going to be asked to immediately close the dining areas within the restaurants. They will be asked to limit orders inside to pickup and drive-through only. And so that is for fast food and drive-through restaurants. Restaurants with dining areas within the restaurant are being asked to immediately limit the number of individuals in a space to 10 at any given time. And this does include employees. If a venue is subdivided into multiple spaces separated by physical walls or sufficient airspace, the limit per subdivision of space is 10 people. So there's common sense in this. So if you work in an office building and there's multiple offices within that building, they're not saying just 10 people in the office. They're saying, depending on the space and the separation of that space, there could be up to 10 people in each location. So there's common sense worked into these practices. Additionally, for restaurants with dining, we are recommending that they transition to takeout only in an effort to maximize business operations while limiting the number of individuals in a space to 10 at any given time. Again, the limit of 10 does include employees. So we're asking restaurants, and recommending restaurants that has dining in there that rather than use part of that 10 to accommodate some in-person dining, that they could maximize business operations potentially by allowing for takeout. So I'm going to go on to state that to ensure public health and safety, we are asking everyone to take these orders seriously. It is our goal to keep businesses operational, but businesses that choose to ignore this order will leave the city with no choice but to move forward with enforcement measures. As a local government, we are mandated to enforce the orders. Our police department, rather, is mandated to enforce the orders that are set forth by the public health official. And so, again, our goal is to keep businesses operational. We do not want to have to move forward with enforcement efforts on your operation. If you are found to be out of compliance with these measures, you will get a warning. Outside of that, if we have to come back, unfortunately, we will have to move forward with issuing misdemeanor citations. Again, we do not want to do that. So we are asking businesses to take this seriously and really help to ensure the health and safety of yourself, your staff, and this community, and the seniors in our community who we all know are most susceptible to this virus. Following on that, as stated in our previous update, we have modified our City Hall operations. At this point, we are limiting the lobby hours to essential operations. And that really means dropping off and picking up of plans. All other city business, we are asking people to contact us via phone, and we can work to schedule phone interviews or meetings over the phone. And that completes my updates.
And we really ask you stay calm. Continue necessary daily activities. And again, the key word there is necessity. So if it's necessary for you to continue daily activities such as work, shopping, those things, we encourage that. Just be careful of your fellow person here in the community, that when you're out and about and in these stores, that we stay 6 feet apart, social distancing. We've heard that before. We want to continue to do that. Spend time with your family, and let's be part of not spreading this virus. Let's do our part. And Desert Hot Springs, as of today, does not have a case of coronavirus, and let's keep it that way. By taking these measures, we will be doing our part in our nation to make sure that we're safe. So as this continues, we'll give more updates. It happens about every 3 or 4 days. We're not giving a continuous update because it changes by minutes sometimes. If there's anything that's really, really important, we promise you we'll bring it to you as quick as possible. But as of right now, these are the facts, these are the updates, and again, stay calm and stay safe out there. Thank you.